Hi guys, I just wanted to make a quick video to walk you through your self-analysis research project. This is the point in the semester, or intersession rather, that you really want to start focusing on this. The assignment is available for you under the syllabus tab. So if you just go to syllabus in the course navigation menu, click there, and then you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom because it is due at the end of the intersession, and you'll find it right at the very bottom here. So self-analysis research project. And then this is the overview of the assignment. So I just wanted to walk you through a couple of things so we have a little clarity on what the expectations are. So first and foremost, what's important to understand about this assignment is that it is about you. Okay, this is a self-analysis. So you're going to choose some aspect of your own personal development and you're going to analyze it based on what we are learning in this class. And then you're going to support that analysis with research. So it is in some way a research project in terms of supporting your analysis with research, but the main kind of point of this assignment is to engage in that self-analysis. So if you look at the different areas, these are the main areas of developmental psychology, but pretty much anything will fall into one or more of those categories. I'm going to show you my sample presentation in just a minute, and you'll see that I discussed something that fell under both personality and social development. So try not to get too hung up on like, okay, what does my topic fall under? Just find anything about yourself and something that you'd like to, analyze and dig a little bit deeper into maybe, and then analyze how you came to be that way or why you developed that way, or what contributed to your outcomes in that area of development. And then start reflecting on that. Think about like, well, why am I the way I am? Why do I have these personality characteristics that I have? Or, why do I struggle with anxiety in social settings? Literally anything. It can be about anything as long as it's about you. So it must be a self-analysis. Okay, the second thing to be mindful of with this assignment is that it is a two-part assignment. You have a paper portion and you have a presentation portion. Now, the presentation is just creating the PowerPoint presentation. You will not be giving the presentation. You don't have to record yourself or anything like that. You just have to create the PowerPoint, and then you're going to upload that, and I'm going to grade that file. So please be mindful that it is a two-part assignment, although you're not technically giving a presentation. So the first part is the paper requirement. The requirements are stated pretty clearly here. The one thing you do want to be mindful of is the pages of content, minimum references. Make sure those sources are good quality, so peer-reviewed journal articles are your best bet. And then you'll be graded on all of those, plus meeting APA format. APA format is the format that we use within the field of psychology to write our papers. And since this is a psychology class, that is the format that you need to follow. Now, what I do not want you to do is go to Google and Google APA format. Don't do that. If you do that, you're going to come up with a lot of information that is not necessary for this type of paper. You're going to come up with things like needing an abstract or a literature review or a methods section. You don't need any of that stuff for this type of paper. What I want to see in terms of APA format really is just that you are citing your sources using APA format, you're listing your sources using APA format, and then your font size, your margins, your spacing, all of that is appropriate. And you can find all of that information in this document that I've posted here on the assignment page for you. This is a Word document that is about APA format and it's in APA format. So if you were to download it, I'm going to just preview it. You can preview it in the assignment page in Canvas and show you what it looks like. But you'll see that it has, your running head, it has a title page, it has then all the information about how to write in APA format. So read through this, and then what I would do if I were you is I would actually download this file and use it as like my skeleton for my paper. That way okay, my margins are already set. I've already got the title page formatted appropriately. My font size is right. My spacing's right. And then at least for that aspect of APA, you're already good to go. If you have any further questions about APA after you have read this document, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to clarify anything you need me to clarify. Okay, and then you will also be graded on the content, and that's what you're going to be mostly graded on. So if you make a small mistake here and there with APA, don't stress out too much. The real kind of meat and potatoes of this project is your self-analysis, is the content. Are you doing what I asked you to do? And namely, are you engaging in a self-analysis, and are you supporting that analysis with research? Deadline and plagiarism. The deadline is on the syllabus and it's the last day of class. So I won't be taking any late projects because it's the last day of class. So that's the last day you could turn anything in anyway. And then plagiarism, your paper will be run through a plagiarism checker automatically when you submit it on Canvas. But if you want to kind of check yourself as you're going through, this is a random plagiarism checker that does essentially the same thing. You can use that to make sure that you are getting at least 75% authenticity before you submit your assignment. Or if you submit it and you see that your score is low, then do a little bit of work and submit it again, resubmit the assignment. But you have to have your paper being at least 75% in your own words. I give you that 25% buffer because there are going to be some things that you can't really paraphrase. Some things are just worded so eloquently and you want to quote it, and that's totally fine. But you should not be including so many quotes in your paper that it takes up more than 25% of your paper. So just make sure you're meeting that 75% authenticity score and you're good to go there. All right, presentation requirements. So keep in mind, the presentation is just your paper in PowerPoint format. These are not two separate topics. They're not two separate assignments. They're the same topic in two different formats, okay? So you should have the same 5 references. And again, those references should be good quality sources. Your sources should be cited within the PowerPoint presentation, just as they are in your paper. And they should be listed at the end of your PowerPoint, just as they are in your paper. And I'm going to show you a sample in just a second. You will also be graded again on content mostly, but I am also going to be looking at aesthetics. I want to see a presentation that is aesthetically pleasing. That means it's nice to look at. So you can do this by including pictures, infographics, memes. I get a lot of memes, which sometimes are perfect for expressing a thought or perspective. You also want to be careful about font size. Make sure your font size isn't so small that it's hard to read. Imagine, you're presenting this in the classroom. We should all in the classroom be able to read what's on your presentation. So be careful about font size, font colors. Make sure your background and your font color are contrasting enough to be able to make out the writing. And that's mostly it as far as aesthetics. Just make it look nice. And then the most significant thing again is your content. Deadline is the same as the paper. So last day of class, these should both be submitted together, the paper and the presentation. And then make sure you're saving your PowerPoint as a PDF file. I don't allow uploads of PowerPoint files because they're just too big and it takes too long to download when I'm trying to grade them, and also takes up too much space on Canvas. So we just run out of space. So please save your PowerPoint as a PDF file. If you don't know how to do that, reach out. I'd be happy to show you. It's pretty simple, to be honest. You just go to any PowerPoint file. Actually, here, let me show you. I think I have a PowerPoint up here. Okay, so you just go to File, Save As, and then I'm going to just pretend that I'm going to save it here. All right, just kidding. I'm not going to save it there. Here. Okay, and then this little section here where it says what type of file, you just go down and hit PDF and save it as a PDF wherever you want to save it, and then upload it as that to your assignment page. Okay. Okay. Then last but not least, let me show you a sample of my presentation. So what I want to say before you look at the sample is this is just a sample. This is just one example of a potential topic. Please don't get bogged down by the idea that you have to write on this topic. It can be absolutely anything you want it to be, as long as it's about you. What I really want you to take away from this is the structure of the presentation. So look at how the aesthetics, look at how I'm organizing my information and my pictures and my font and all that stuff. And then look at the structure of my self-analysis and supporting research. Look at how I'm citing my sources in the presentation. Look at how I'm connecting my self-analysis with that supporting research. That's what you really want to be following in terms of this sample. So let's take a quick view of that. So you can see that I decided to write about my social and personality development, and the way I did that was by taking what I think are my 3 strongest personality characteristics and then analyzing first how I think I got those personality characteristics, what influenced the development of those personality characteristics, and then 2, how having those personality characteristics influenced my social development. So how did that impact the way I turned out socially? Okay, so those are the 3 characteristics, and then I go into each of them separately and do the whole research self-analysis structure. So as you can see on the first page or the first slide, I start talking about extroversion, and I say research shows that extroversion is highly hereditary, and then I go into how, well, I'm probably extroverted because both of my parents are. Both of my parents like socializing. My mom loves dancing. My dad is, very social and will make friends with everybody. And so there's probably a genetic predisposition to my extroversion. And then I go on to cite research that says that research also shows that extroversion can be increased or decreased by environmental influences. So this is research that's saying, you know what, it could also be environmental. And then I talk about things that were in my environment, things that were environmental influences on my extroversion. I talk about how I'm the middle child and how that may have motivated me to be more outgoing and be more social in order to kind of navigate being a middle child. I talk about how I'm active, or I was active throughout childhood in performing arts and sports, and how that probably motivated my extroversion. So there's a lot of different things in my environment that may have contributed to it as well. I have research to back that up, and I have my analysis there. Okay. And then the second part of it is how I go into, all right, so how has being extroverted influenced my social development? And then I talk about how I am a very social person. I have lots of experience socializing, which has probably increased my emotional intelligence and makes me very in tune with others' emotions. And then that makes it easier to be socially competent. And then I talk about the research that supports that. Research shows that the more experience individuals have with social interactions, the more socially adept they become. Okay, so this is the main takeaway I want you to have from this presentation. Feel free to go through and look at how I'm citing sources, look at how I'm, again, using the sources to support my analysis. But that's what I want to see more than anything. And then at the very end, just like with your paper, I want to see all of your sources listed on one slide, the way you would do like a references page. Okay. Then please start this as soon as possible. So we're almost there, guys. February 14th. We have less than a month. We've got like maybe 3 solid weeks really to get it done. So please make sure that you are starting as soon as possible if you have not done so already. If you are struggling with the topic or have any other questions, reach out to me. I'm here. This video may have not covered everything that you need covered. You might have more questions. I'm totally okay with that. Please, please, please reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions. What else? Oh, I do want to quickly go over how to submit because sometimes I get problems with that. So I'm going to jump into student view so you can see this the way you would be seeing this as a student. So at the top of this assignment page, there's a submit assignment button, right? So you click on that, it takes you to the bottom, and then you choose your file. So you're going to upload your paper, and then you're going to upload your presentation, or vice versa, right? But you're going to upload each of those as 2 separate files. So you choose your first file, and that's going to open your window to whatever, right? And then after you've chosen that file, you click add another file, and that'll give you another option to choose for your second file. Then all you do is click submit assignment. That's it. You don't have to submit each file separately. You can if you want to. They will still both show up. But if you want them both uploaded at the same time, just click the choose another file, upload that second file, and then click submit assignment. And then you should be good to go. Okay, that's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am here, ready to help. Okay, looking forward to reading all your super cool self-analyses. Okay, have a great week. Bye-bye.